Hey everyone, welcome back. And in today's video I want to show you guys my stocking I made with my kit. And unfortunately I am sold out of these kits. I made 22 of them for sale, and all 22 sold, and also I made some for some friends. Now in this video I am going to do a tutorial on how to make this cute little dangle charm that came in your kit. So this here, I want to show you how I put mine together, but you can make yours whatever way you want. But I'm just going to give you an idea as to how you can even add more beads in there if you wanted to add more. Now, for starters, as you know, this was just a plain old stocking, and in your kit came all kinds of laces and trims and doilies and lots of embellishments. So in this here I put some of the big lace on here, and then I continued some with different lace down here. I carried forward that fancy lace with the pink flowers on it. I used up almost everything in my kit, but I still had lots of stuff left over, so I did not use it all. So I put on a doily here under this flower, and I put a doily under this beautiful little picture. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous little children in this vintage picture. I put my tree on, but my tree is sticking up how I wanted it, but I embellished my tree with embossing powder, and I used a red and gold embossing powder, so it looked really nice. I stuck my balls on here, these beautiful glitter balls that everybody's talking about. Let me come up a little bit so you can see. So these little glitter balls that Karen keeps petting. She loves her little glitter balls. Actually, all of them do. Yeah, and then we put on the brooch, which Karen informed me that her brooch is not getting glued because she's wearing her brooch to church. So she's going to use it through the Christmas season, and she's going to hang it on her stocking because there is a pin on the back for this brooch. And this was just a lovely cameo brooch that I have. And I put on some really cute vintage buttons on here. I did my frame and I did stuff it. And I also embossed my wooden frame that came in the kit. I embossed it, and I put some pearl trim on it, and I put some lace, little tiny lace that came in your kit around it with the gimp trim. It's underneath the pearls. And then I had a little bit of a mess going on right here where I cut the frame, so I covered it with flowers. I covered it with these poinsettia holly leaves or poinsettia leaves, and put a bling in there. Here's another one of the buttons, and another one that came as your free gift along with this. One sec, I got company. Okay, continuing on. Like I said, I put trim around the picture frame, but I put the big 8-inch doily underneath it. Again, I put another one of Primus flowers here. I used the little tag here to put the Christmas wishes on, because this digital is absolutely beautiful, and Angela Holt designed this entire digital all in front of my eyes. Took her about 4 hours to make this actual digital, and it was worth every penny. And then I put my key here because I love the keys that came. These are Tim Holtz keys, so I sent everyone. They're all different keys, so I don't have all the same, but they all have a nice little saying on them. And then underneath here, all I did was put my lace trim right up to the cuff here, and then I put a little bit underneath the cuff. And I put my long dangle trim on top. I also covered it with the white lace trim on here. Then I covered it with, see, the white lace trim here. Then I covered it with the long dangles and the pink on the top. And then again, another doily here and another doily there, just to display that gorgeous bling tree. And I put some more flowers and my little moose in there. And again, I did him with brown and gold embossing powder. And I put some of the red stamens here, some of this here, and this is the flower sprays, baby breath, whatever you want to call it, and some of the plastic crystals, another button, another one of Karen's petting balls, and that's about all. And then I made this big huge bow, but I want to stress how I did this part. Sorry for the interruptions. Okay, so like I was saying, I made a big huge bow, and I made it with all my leftover trims and laces. I just grouped them all together, even with the organza ribbon in the beige and the white, my long trim, this soft pink trim, and then I made a bow with the seam binding that came in the kit, and I just wrapped the seam binding around it just to keep it off of hanging over top of my digi. Instead of it hanging like this over top, it hangs on the side now. So as I was saying, with this part here, I went underneath the cuff of my stocking, which I can't show you because I glued it. And I cut a hole up here between all the layers, and I pushed my stocking through, my little hanger through it. Here, I cut a hole there. And then I just glued it underneath to hold this in place, and then I glued the actual cuff down to hold this hook. So this will never pull out, okay? So it's nice and glued in there. And then I glued on and I glued this all on piece by piece. Here, I glued this layer, so I glued this one first, then I glued this one, then I glued this one, and I kind of divided them in half, and then I just put this bow in the middle like that, and added this dangle charm, which I'm about to get started and show you how to put this together, okay? So that's my stocking, that's my take on it. Angela and Robin did an absolutely phenomenal job on theirs. Makes me almost want to make another one, and another 2, 3, 4 of stockings to use their ideas. But I'm just going to stick with the one for now. I don't have time to make any more. So there's have a look-see at my stocking up close. I did use all my stuff, and it is very colorful, but I love Christmas colors. Now, this part here, I'm going to come up closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. You will need 2 pairs of pliers. So I'm using a needle nose and a flat nose plier. These are just jeweler's pliers, regular pliers. And inside your kit, inside of all your embellishments, you're going to get this little wee package of jump rings and eye pins with beads on them, so you can make a dangle. Okay, so you're going to get 3 charms. They're all different. They're all you're all going to end up with different ones. Okay, so there's the 3 charms that you're going to get in your kit. You're only going to get one or a couple. I don't know how many I put in, but there's 2 oval jump rings. Don't use those until the very end. And you're going to get 1 soldered closed jump ring. This is a 6mm. It's the biggest jump ring of all your jump rings. This is a 6mm closed jump ring, which means you cannot open this. So don't open it because it's soldered. All right, and you're going to get 8 little bells. So you're going to get 4 silver and 4 gold in your package. You're going to get all of these. Okay, these are the little jingles. And you're going to get one of these acrylic little hanging things with a pearl on it. And then you're going to get 4 pieces of eye pins that I created with putting check. These are check rondelles, these are check fire polish, and these are check pearls. This here is all fire polish. They're all check fire beads, including the pearls. So you're going to get 4 of them. You're going to get 1 with 5 beads on it. You're going to get 1 with 3 beads on it. Could be different colors because I just used whatever. You're going to get 1 with a pearl and 1 with a little 4mm fire polish on it. So the first thing you're going to do is start attaching your pieces. Now I'm just going to take this long piece, and if you can see, both ends have a loop. One loop there, and there's one loop there. And I'm going to come up a bit more closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So you have a loop here, and you have a loop here. Find the one with the biggest loop, because the one that came with the eye pin is kind of small for what I want to add onto it. So that's going to be the end that you're going to add all these little dangles on it. So let's create a dangle. So you're going to take one of your teeny tiny jump rings, and there's extra jumping rings in here. So put one in your pliers, take your flat nose pliers, and find the opening. If you wear a pair of glasses like I do, you're going to see the opening. And then you're going to take your jump ring and you're going to just twist it towards you. Okay, twist it open. So now your jump ring is opened, and do not pull your jump ring apart this way. You always twist your jump rings so you can close it back up without any problem. So I'm going to put one silver bell on my jump ring, okay, and then I'm going to attach it to the big loop on the bottom here. So I'm attaching both pieces to one piece to this bottom loop. Take your flat nose pliers, grab your loop like this, hold it in your pliers like that. Now you're going to close your jump ring by just squeezing and twisting it. Now if you hear it click, and that means you've got it good and close, so you want to hear that little tiny click of the two ends rubbing together. You know you'll have a good sealed end. You can see no gap in that whatsoever. None. Okay, you don't want to see any gap, and you don't want to see it overlapping any which way. So there's one of your little bells on there. Let's grab another jump ring and open this jump ring the same way. You squish it, pull it towards you. Just twist it. Now I'm going to add one of the charms. So I'm putting a charm on this, and I'm going to also add it to this same long one. I'm using the biggest one, and I'm going to put the charm on there, on that end. And then I'm going to close this like so. And see, you hear that click? That click means it touched and it's good and sealed. There's no gap there, and you're not going to lose your little piece. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up another jump ring. Again, turn it towards you. Now I'm going to put a gold bell on this one. Okay. So we got a gold bell on here. Now you're going to put it on, okay, so you got your silver bell here, you got a snowflake there, so put your gold bell on the other side of your snowflake, okay? So it's on there now. And then you're going to take your jump ring, and these are very tiny jump rings, so try to be careful and don't lose them. So again, you got to make that little click. There's the little click of the jump ring. Okay, so this one is done. There's your little jingle jangle. Now on this other end here, you're going to attach it to this 6mm closed jump ring. So therefore that means you've got to open this jump ring. So find the end that's open, the one that's touching against your end here. Take your jump ring, hold it with the pliers, and just squeeze up. Push it up, twist up. Don't pull it apart, twist up. And now you're going to add that piece onto this jump ring as well. Okay, let me see if I put a jump ring on there or not. Or did I just add it? Nope, you're right, I'm right. Okay, so you're just going to add this to your 6mm soldered piece. And then you're just going to take your pliers and hold it down like this and close your jump ring. Same, or not jump ring, the eye pin loop. Just close it. Okay. And you might bend your eye pin during your process of dangling all of this, but you can just straighten your eye pin. They are 20 gauge eye pins, so they're still bendable. So there, now that's closed and it's hooked onto this piece here. And then you're going to just make your other ones the same way. For this smaller one, this very teeny tiny one here, all I put on here, so let me just show you the loop. All I put on there, let me just open these is just the bells. So I put a gold. And if you wanted to do it a different way, you can just put your jump ring on it and you can close it right away. Okay, close her up. Pick up another jump ring. These are so tiny, these 4mm, but you don't need big honking ones. They just tend to get ripped apart easily. So there's a gold one and there's a silver one. You can put it on and then just close your jump ring up like this. And I'm making it click and making sure it's even. So all you have to do now is take your end. If you don't want to do it the way I did it, open your end up, take your one with the little loop on it, add your jump rings onto the opened end of your, sorry, one sec. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Now we put a silver one on there. We're going to put the gold one on, and then we're just going to take our pliers, the very tip, and just give our jump ring, or our whole end of our eye pin, a close. So it's good and closed now, and now you have this dangle done. So I just put those on there. So you're going to take the rest of your jump rings and you're going to just continue putting all your jump rings on all your little charms. So we'll put a gold one on. Where is it? Here. So I'm looking for the big end. All right, you're going to put that on there. Now I wanted to show, there's a gold one. I wanted to show you guys how you can make your charms. So let me just finish this very quickly because I'm going to get an eye pin and I'm going to show you how to make a loop, because my friend Karen, this is for her. I'm going to show her how to make an actual charm that she can dangle off of her paper crafting that she does. So make sure you add your little charm next and close the jump ring. Grab a jump ring. Open this one, twist it. Remember, always twist it. So we have a gold bell. This one needs a silver bell. And where is that piece? Right here. Actually, I'm just going to add them all at the same time. Okay. And now you have 3 more left to do. So I'm going to put the tree one. I'm just opening my jump ring. Give it a little twist. I'm going to put the gold bell on here. Close your jump ring up. And you hear that little click? That's because I rubbed the ends together nice and tightly, so that make sure that hole is darn closed, the loop where you join it here. So make it click. Okay, one more. Open this one up, put my Christmas tree on here. This is such a cute charm. And the trees are all different too. Okay, now we're going to open up this one here and we're going to finish putting our charms on this one. So we have a gold bell. We'll stick this little guy on, the snowman, and we'll stick a silver bell on, and we will close up the loop. Okay, make sure all your pieces stay on. And there, that one is good and closed. So your eye pin is now fully closed. So we have 1, 2, 3 dangles done. Now all you're going to do is take your last piece. Let me put these down. You're going to open this up. You're going to put a gold bell on. You're going to put your Christmas tree charm on there. And then you're going to put your last bell on. And then you're going to take your eye pin loop and close it nice and tight like that. Okay, so it's good and closed. Now you got extra pieces here just in case you would have dropped yours. Now you're going to take the end where your pearl is, and you're just going to open your top loop of each one of your dangles now, and you're going to add it to your closed jump ring up here. So I kind of want all of mine facing the same way, so I'm just going to add it this way, and then I'm going to close the loop on the jump ring. Okay, now I'll take the big one, and we will open up the jump ring this way, or jump ring, the eye pin. Find your loop, hold up your charm, and make sure you hang them all that they're all facing the front. So add that one onto your closed jump ring and close your loop and make sure it's good and closed. And as you can see, I bent my wire a little bit. See how crooked it is? Just hold it in your pliers and straighten it back up. Now take your last little dangle and give it a little twist open. Add your last little dangle and close your loop. Now in this kit I gave you an oval jump ring, and I gave you an oval jump ring for a reason, because the reason I use oval jump rings is it opens here. If you're hanging something from the top here and from the bottom, this does not pull open. So now take your oval jump ring, open your oval jump ring, twisting it towards you like this, okay? Add it to one of your holes on your star, or whatever you want to call that flower. Then take your 6mm jump ring with all your dangles hanging on it, okay? Hook it onto there, and then close this oval jump ring up like so. Good and tight, and I rubbed it together. So there is your little dangle all hanging down, ready to hang onto your Christmas stocking. Now all I did was put some glue here and around the little flowers a little bit, stuck it on between my ribbons. Alright, so let me show you this. I'll grab an eye pin quickly and show Karen how to make, well actually I got a head pin here, so we're just going to use a head pin. I'm using a 2.5 inch head pin. Now, make sure you have round nose pliers, which I don't have on me. Shoot, hang on, let me grab it there. Okay, so take whatever beads you want to put on there. So I'm just going to use any beads here and put some pink ones on. So I'm just going to put a stack of 4 beads, whatever you want to put on your dangle. Okay, so you're going to drop it down onto a head pin or an eye pin. Now you can either, depending on the strength of your head pin, as this one here is not very strong. These are 2.5 inch, and I think they're like 28 gauge, 26 gauge. So they're easy to bend. But if you can't bend it, take the very, very, very tip of your needle nose pliers, the ones with the skinniest end, and just bend your eye pin over your pliers like that. So you should have a 90-degree bend like so in your eye pin. Now you're going to take your round nose pliers, and depending, each pair of pliers has the same thing on here. They have the tapered ends. Whatever size, whatever part of your round nose pliers you use, that's the size of a loop you're gonna make. So you're gonna take your round nose pliers and you're gonna go underneath. So I'm gonna make it about this big, okay? Now you're gonna take this end here and you're just going to wrap it over top. I'm holding my pliers so you have it like this, okay? Wrap it right over top so you end up with a loop like this. You see where I broke the neck on the eye pin right there, so you've got your actual loop. So take this, hold it tight, pull this loop nice and tight like that, right up against the bottom of your round nose pliers. See? Okay, so there is your really pretty loop. Now take your wire cutters, snip that right at the very tip of your where it crosses over. See how it crosses over this one? Take it, snip it off, like so. And there is your absolute finished, beautiful eye pin. There's your beautiful eye pin loop. Now, if you were to just take your piece of wire and go like this on the end, some people, here, let me get a new one. Some people will just take it, put beads on it, and here, let me just cut this loop. See, I don't want to cut this loop. Let's get different beads here. Put some beads on this so you guys have a see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put 4 beads on here, the same as I did with the pink. Now, if you just take this eye pin and snip it off like here and guess how big you want the loop and cut it, so now you're ending up with a piece like this, then you take your round nose pliers and all you do is roll it. Okay, this is what you're going to end up with. You do not have a broken neck on your eye pin at all here. So you need to take your pliers, if you plan to do it that way, and you need to snap the neck back like this and then carry that loop over. Okay, so you can close that loop, straighten up your eye pin like so, and there's your perfect eye pin. So if that's an easier way for you to do it, then do it that way. Also, another easier way is, another good way to do is called wire wrapping. So let me just show you a really quick way to do that. So you take this, you put your beads on your eye pin or head pin. You take this and you bend it over the same way I showed you. Okay, so you have your 90-degree bend like that. Now you're going to take your eye pin or your round nose pliers, you're going to bend it over the top of your pliers like this, and see this little neck piece that you have right in here. See this little neck? That's where you're going to begin your wire wrapping. Now sometimes these are so strong that you cannot just wrap it with your bare fingers. You have to use a pair of pliers. So grab the pair of pliers over here. I have completely wrapped it over my round nose pliers. Take this piece, hold it, and begin wrapping it around that neck like this, okay? Whoops, I went too far. Like this. So now you've done a secured wired wrap, and take your needle nose pliers or your clipped cutters and cut that off. And I like to use these pliers to flatten. See, there's a little piece sticking up here. Flatten that with these pliers. It's going to snag on stuff, so you want to always flatten that piece down. Okay, now there is a wire wrapped loop that you just made really, really easily, and this is a very secure loop. The only thing is you have to use an opened jump ring on this particular loop, because you can't open this. Once you wire wrap it, it's wire wrapped and it's there to hang. So there you go. This is just some ideas, and this is for Karen especially because she doesn't know how to do this and she wants to learn. That is how you do that. I recommend doing the wire wrapping if you want something to last a long time, because these opened simple loops like this are easy to break open. Okay, pull open. This one is very secure. Okay, so that's your tutorial for today, guys. And I hope you guys enjoy your stocking. You go attach your little piece and you learn something today, and I'll see you soon on the next video. Bye, everyone.